We'll get started so we can get out of here on time. My name is Pete Landrum. I'm the Township Administrator. And, 3 weeks ago when we scheduled this, it rained every day since then. And I think we can be thankful at least we aren't soaking wet. It just might be a bad shoe day. But other than that, it's a good day here in Delhi. Today I wanted to acknowledge our Board of Trustees first. President Cheryl Seavey. Get out of the way here. Vice President of the Board this year, Will Oswald. Our newest trustee, glad to have her on board, Trustee Rose Sturts. Our Fiscal Officer Jim Luby. And this whole process that we've had a couple of us that have been in the entire process of going through the bid process and things. So I want to acknowledge, of course, Fire Chief Doug Campbell. And part of the team is our Public Works Director, Ron Ripperter. I did want to acknowledge Chief Howarth, Police Chief couldn't be here today, but Lieutenant Braun there waved. He's representing the Police Department. And we have many other staff that's helping out, and all the fire guys. Thanks for coming to see your new place soon. Thank you. Also wanted to recognize up here, we have our company. First of all, if you understand, when you go through a process like this, we just don't get a couple guys together and decide what to do with it and throw it together. It takes a lot of effort. And first of all, we had to decide to do a design, what we call a design build. And the design build, you hired a criteria architect who helps you put together the bid packet, and actually KZF is going to help us manage the project as well. So today is Mark Shoemaker from KZF. We appreciate his effort. And finally, but not least, but finally, the board flyaway. We have from Turner Construction, Doug Bennett. I do want to acknowledge we have a couple other guests, and I'm sorry if I did not see you, but I did see Chairman of Green Township Trustees, Trippin Collis. There you go. We do have Judge Seavey. Any relation by chance? There you go, Judge. And you know what? Definitely appreciate it. Commissioner Todd Portune right behind you, just arrived. Thank you for coming, Commissioner. And if you haven't met him, today might be a good day to meet him. The new president of Mount St. Joseph University, Dr. Williams. There he is. Thank you for coming. And I apologize ahead of time if I missed anybody. We have a lot of people here. This is a great turnout, so I appreciate it. When we started this process, first of all, I said this morning at a meeting that the #1 rule of a firehouse is the same rule in real estate, for those who practice real estate. You know the 3 rules? Location, location, location. So a firehouse, we went through the whole process of trying to identify for this replacement firehouse where we were going to put it. Well, the #1 issue is enough land space here in Delhi. And when you find an available land, what does that do to your service delivery area? We didn't want to change where the current Greenwell Firehouse was as far as the service area, so we had to find something very close. Well, as you know, space is limited here in Delhi, so that was a challenge. If you guys remember, there used to be a house from the 1800s that sat here that was falling in on itself. And we purchased the land. It's a little over 3 acres of land here. We purchased the land and we're able to tear down the house and to begin the process. So it's very, it's been a long journey. This spot here actually was looked at for about 5 years ago. And about 2 years ago, we started looking again, saying we need to identify, we need to see what's available, and so forth. And here we are today. I wanted to introduce our Chief Doug Campbell. I'm going to have him give us the background of the current Greenwell Fire Station and the purpose and why, what this house is going to feature that the other one just cannot provide. Chief Campbell?
Thank you. Everybody hear me? All right. I tell you what, when you think of the process that was involved in where we're at today, how far we've come along, the understanding of truly how long we've used this station, we're at the 60-year mark of service for this station, a station that never intended originally to house people. You're looking at about 1,600 square feet of livable space. We have 3 firefighters currently operating out of there. And a little history as to why that station came into being. 60 years ago, the city of Cincinnati was looking to annex more parts of Delhi Township. And this eastern side of the township was prime real estate. And one of the things that we could offset is when the volunteers at the fire department recognized providing better fire protection to the eastern side of the township by building another station, it was going to offset that. And that was a factor in preventing the annexation of Delhi Township on the eastern side. So it was important in holding our ground as a township and providing service protection to this side of the township for nearly 60 years. So where we're at today, this station is the workhorse. We lovingly refer to it as the doghouse. Either you can do it by the size of the station relative to the other ones, or the firefighters, if they feel like they're being punished, they can get sent to the doghouse. Regardless, there's 2 camps. You either love it or you hate it. You know, it's been something that we affectionately refer to as the doghouse, in the sense that it takes 10 minutes to clean, and if the 2 other firefighters help out, you can do it in less than 3. But what we're going to replace it with is state of the art. It's enhanced, and from the very beginning, it's important to realize why this station is replacing the 1956 station. And that's because we have an opportunity to provide better service to our community through new facilities. It's going to give us the opportunity to be less dependent on the Need Road station in terms of training and communication. This side of the township, this engine and this ambulance will serve 12,000 people at a first view district, 1,600 students, 3 schools. It's sizable, and it's only 3.3 square miles of the township. It's total 10 square miles. So to have over 50% of your runs being run out of this station, it's time for a change. And I really appreciate what we've all accomplished in getting this started. And you haven't seen it yet. We're going to be able to have all our equipment inside the bays. You know, currently we have one sitting outside. So those cold winter nights, making a run in the middle of the night and waiting for the vehicle to heat up. By the time you finish the run, it's finally warm. The occasional passerby that spent the night in the fire truck outside, surprising the crew the next morning. We don't have that anymore. And I'm literally looking forward to the change. So it's time to realize that this project mirrors our community's expectations. We've poured over the design to ensure that it's practical, it's functional, and it embodies the values of our customers and our public safety employees. Certainly, I couldn't have been done without the input of all fire personnel. I mean, what I brought to Turner, what I brought to KZF and SMP and all our partners in the design and construction phase was, what are the values that we hold dear to us? And that's what you're going to see in this station when it's finally opened up next year. So I'd like to thank the residents, the elected officials, and the administration for commitment to funding this project, and to our partners in design and construction for listening to the input of our emergency personnel, and to make this station a reality and an asset to the community. Thank you.
President of the Board, Cheryl Seavey.
On behalf, is this on? Oh, good. On behalf of the Delhi Township Board of Trustees and Fiscal Officer, thank you for sharing this very special day and event with us. As elected officials, our first priority is the safety and well-being of our residents. It's also important that we protect those who protect us, meaning our fire service people and our police people. This station provides both of those needs, both to our residents and to our firefighters. We recognize in Delhi how blessed we are to have a fire department that is just absolutely top-notch. We are rich in heritage and in pride with our fire department. It can be seen if you visit the fire department's museum on Neeb Road. And so, today, I ask that we make room on that museum hall, because today we're also making Delhi Township Fire Department history. It is not only about our heritage, but this house is about our future. It is such a privilege to serve with this board that shares priorities and values to make a long-time need finally today's reality. Thank you, everyone, for being here today and sharing this event.
Thank you. It's great to see everybody on such a beautiful day, a rarity that it has been over the last couple of weeks. But I did learn something today. All you have to do is schedule a groundbreaking, and the clouds will part, the rain will stop, and life is good. So we've gone through a lot of paperwork on this job. And Pete, I think the paperwork's about done, but the pressure is really on you now. You don't know it, but on all of our jobs, the owner's rep becomes the weatherman. So, great day today. You're off to a good start, but you got about 8 months to live up to this. So I think you can do it. But on behalf of Turner, our design partners, SMP, their consultants, Bear Becker, Plummetrics, Schaefer on structural, we thank you, Delhi Township, for selecting us. It's great to be back in this community. We've worked here several times. We have an active project going over at Bailey now for the sisters, and it is a wonderful community, and it is served by a very wonderful and hardworking fire department, and we have used their services on several occasions throughout the last 25 years. So we are definitely looking forward to designing and building this state-of-the-art facility to really take care of and serve the true heroes in the community, which are all of you first responders. And the better you are equipped with a nice state-of-the-art building, the better that you can serve all those in the community quicker, better, and with much better service. So thank you very much for having us. I would like to recognize some Turner folks that are with us. Our general manager here in Cincinnati, Dave Spalding. Our pre-construction manager, Ted Beckerman, who worked on a lot of the estimating. Business development, Jessica Fitzwilson. Our current marketing coordinator and designated photographer today, Dan Schuster. I also appreciate John and Ray coming over from the Bailey site and supporting us. You guys can raise your hands because the fire department probably knows you, so that's all good. From SMP, we have Kevin, Greg, and Guy Lando. If you would raise your hands, thank you for everything so far. And last but very not least is this guy over here in the blue, Sean Jones, the sign guy. But we as Turner, you as the community of Delhi, are very fortunate to have Sean available for this job. This will be his third fire station. He knows a lot about and continues to learn more about fire stations, but you will be very happy with the product come February that Sean is going to deliver. So thank you for being available, and thank you for
be representing us in reviewing the project as it proceeds, representing Delhi's side of it, looking at making sure it's where it's supposed to be, and that kind of thing. So please welcome Mark.
Thank you, Pete. I want to first acknowledge and congratulate you, the citizens of Delhi Township, on this momentous occasion, and especially the Delhi Township leadership for bringing the project to this point. I especially want to acknowledge Pete Landrum, Chief Campbell, and Ron in their efforts. We began this project, I think, June, July of last year in terms of developing a program and the criteria documents for the project. Two words that Chief Campbell mentioned, practicality and functionality. Those were two things that was stressed from the very beginning on this project. The building needs to be functional, serve the needs of the fire department, but also had to be very practical in recognizing the values of Delhi Township. I think we've done a pretty good job working with them, getting this project to this point. I want to thank all the efforts on the part of Turner Construction. It's been great working with them so far as we've gone through the design build pre-construction phase of this. I also want to especially acknowledge the SMP design. I think they did a phenomenal job in responding to the design criteria documents. Basically, the criteria documents have the program for the building, some specifics in terms of quality construction, and specific needs of the specific individual spaces of the project. And in that criteria document, we had a small, very simple diagram of a floor plan. It didn't have walls and doors, but very functional program. At that point, I want to acknowledge Ray Hartman with our office. He assisted in putting these documents together. But SMP took that diagram and some basic verbal descriptions of how the building was to be designed to fit in the neighborhood to create a design. And the one thing I've always remembered about the day that we first looked at the design was Pete's enthusiasm as he pointed out the various elements of this building that picked up on elements of the existing fire stations, not only Greenwell, but Nebro, the one out on Rapid Run, and how those were incorporated into the design of this. And I think not only does it represent kind of the Delhi Township Fire Department, kind of a design motif, but it also is designed to fit well into a residential neighborhood such as this. So again, congratulations to Delhi Township, and especially thank you to the efforts of the whole design team as this project's come to this point. Thank you.
Going to open. According to President Seavey, who kept pushing for 16, but unfortunately it's not going to be in 2016. Probably going to be, you're looking at March 2017. Weather permitting, and you know, if it keeps up this, who knows? Maybe building an ark instead of a firehouse. But we're looking at March 2017. So we got a lot more work to do, and we'll see if the weather and winter and everything else holds out, and we'll go from there. Of course, we will publicize and have a big open house ribbon cutting ceremony when it opens. So you all are invited back at that wonderful celebration that we'll have at that time. I do want to thank all the guests and all the residents for attending. We will have, after this, we're going to do the official groundbreaking here, but immediately following, back at the Floral Paradise Garden at the gazebo there, we do have some cookies and some refreshments. You're all invited to come back and talk with some of our firemen and some of the other guests. So you're all welcome to come back. So at Floral Paradise Garden. We're going to do the ceremonial groundbreaking right now. So thank you for coming, everyone.
This was Unit 2.
Unit 2 did a great job. Notice.
Hey, get in the middle. Getting it good, Greg? Okay. All right. Well, everybody get all their pictures. All right, guys, let's go in the ground. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.